Hey there, everybody. This is Miss Losada. Today, I want to do a quick lesson on everything that we've gone through with the white belt. So let's get started. Okay, guys. So let's do a quick review of all the different things that we need, especially how to hold our recorder. Remember that we are going to use our left hand on the top of our recorder, and our right hand is going to go all the way down at the bottom. We're not going to be using our right hand at all in this song, and we're probably not going to use our right hand for quite some time. We're going to be using our left hand a lot. So we want to make sure that it's out of the way and that we don't have it covering any extra holes in the process, right? So our left hand is going on top, and we are covering for B, we're covering the back hole and our first hole. For A, we're covering the back hole, first hole, and second hole. And for G, we're covering the back hole, first hole, second hole, and the third hole. So this is the combinations that we're going to be using for our song in the white belt. So again, just as a reminder, remember our left hand goes on top, our right hand goes all the way down at the bottom. When we are moving from B to A to G, we have to cover different combinations. So here's our B combination, our A combination, and G combination. So let's do a couple of examples of that. Here we go. 1, 2, starting with B. Here we go. B, A, G, A, B, A, G, A, B, A, G. So now let's do jumping from G to B. So here we go. Ready, and G, B, G, B, G, B, G, B. Remember that whenever we're doing any jump, remember that not to go in between, right? So when we're going from, let's say, G to B, right, we don't want to go one finger at a time, or let's say we're in G and then go up one at a time. We want to go straight from our B position to our G position, right? Because if we go and add one finger at a time, we're actually going B, A, G, or G, A, B. And we don't want that. We want B, G, B, G. All right, so now let's go ahead and review the steps that we need in order to play our recorder. Okay, guys, so here is our song that we are going to be playing for today, right? So we're going to go step by step through the different categories, or the different steps that we take in order to play this. So the first step that we do is we rhythm read. We rhythm read our notes. Second step is to figure out the letter names of the notes. Third step is to put the letter names with the rhythm, right? So we can put the letter names in rhythm. The fourth step is to go ahead and do it on our chin, saying the letter names in rhythm. And then finally, we play the entire song. So let's take a look at our song. Follow along with me. Right here at our very beginning, we're going to start with our half note. So remember that for our half note, our half note, we're going to say to-ah. And if we take a look, we've got lots of half notes until we get over here where we have a half rest. Our half rest, we're going to say to-ah, but we're going to say it in our head. For the purposes of this video, we're going to go shh, shh, just so that way we keep together. If we keep going and going to our second line, we see that we have a change, right? So here we've got some quarter notes. Remember that for our quarter notes, we're going to say ta, ta, right? We're going to say ta for each of them. So let's start from the very beginning. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, here we go. To-ah, 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 shh, to-ah, 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 shh, ta, 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 to-ah, 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 shh. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and figure out the letter names for each of these notes. So right here, if you're taking a look at your song, the first note that we've got is B. So we have B, and the great way to double check is to see down here in your different boxes which note is which. So we have B, next we have A, and next we have G. If we keep going, we take a look, these two measures are exactly the same as these two measures, right? So measure 1 and measure 2 are identical to measure 3 and 4. So we have B, A, G, and we have a rest. So here we're silent. We have B, A, and G, and then we have a silent over here. When we get to measure 5 is where we have a difference, right? We have G, and we have 4 quarter notes of G's, right, going into measure 5. Then we have 4 quarter notes of A in measure 6. But then if you take a look at measure 7 and measure 8, they're exactly the same as measure 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? So there we've gone through the 2 steps. We did our rhythm reading, and we now identified the different notes that we're going to be using. So now let's go ahead and put them together. Let's go ahead and put our letter names with our rhythm. So starting with B, here we go. 1, 2, ready, here we go. B, A, G, sh. B, A, G, sh. G, 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 A, B, A, G, sh. Awesome, guys. So now let's put our song in front of us and let's put our fingers to the test. So here we go. On our chins, practicing together on our chins. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, here we go. B, A, G, sh. B, A, G, sh. G, 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 A, B, A, G, sh, sh. All right, guys, so now let's go ahead and play out loud. So I'm gonna play a cappella for this video, but we will have another video where I'll go ahead and play with the different tracks, and that way you can have a play along to the tracks. So here we go, playing out loud a cappella, no tracks. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, ready, here we go. Notice that when we had the rests, I didn't do anything or say anything, right? I just counted in my head, and you probably saw that I was kind of nodding or kind of tapping a little bit. So make sure that you do that, and you're not doing any sounds or any words or speaking or anything of that you're just doing it all in your head. Let's do it one more time a cappella. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, here we go. Remember that you can have the music in front of you, so you don't have to do it by memory. Although, obviously, if you know it by memory, that does take a little bit a little bit of that nervousness of following the music out of your mind, right? A couple of things to remember when you're blowing or when you are making your sound. Remember to use the hot air or that steamy window technique. Remember that you are blowing warm air into your recorder. The more holes that we cover, the warmer the air has to be. So think of it more of a instead of a, we're not trying to blow out the candles really, really fast. We're actually almost blowing as if we are trying to cool down a little bit of soup in a spoon. All right, so make sure that you guys have that good sound, that it's nice and warm air that's going to be used through the recorder. All right, so can't wait to hear you guys.